Welcome to Kennesaw, Georgia, in the greater Atlanta area and home to the Owls of Kennesaw State, where these fans have been eagerly anticipating this one all week. We've got a terrific matchup for you today, rich in pageantry and tradition, and it ought to be a fantastic clash. As we'll see, the Titans taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Kennesaw State Owls. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Titans will kick it away to start us off. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Owls offense going to get the chance to start this game off. Offense in a bunch formation. Back to pass, it's Durant. If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Looking to fire. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. Snags it on the right. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
The give out of the gun. Nice move there. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. The give on the option. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks for the first down. This Kennesaw State offense is on the move. From the red zone, looking for a man. Hauls it in. Now the connection takes it to the 11. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They'll keep it on the ground to the right. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard. Here they come on third down, and the defense has had no answers so far. They'll try to get it through the air. And this is going to be incomplete on third down. This offense wants to establish an aggressive identity. They'll go for it on fourth down. Looking to the end zone. You don't give a hoot. Kennesaw State does. Touchdown, Owls. Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
And this offense just made their first statement, the first drive. Fourth down. What are we going to do? We're going to be aggressive. Not only that, they get the touchdown. They're rewarded. What a hot start for this offense.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the PAT makes it 7-0. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Titans offense will go to work for the first time. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. Be interesting to see what they do today.
The Titans come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. Dropping back, it's Beebe. Release to the back. And he was looking over the middle and couldn't make the connection. The punt team makes its way onto the field. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Makes the signal, secures the fair catch, and they'll put it in play at the 37. Guys, we're about to see this Kennesaw State offense go back to work. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7. Went to the running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. To the air on 2nd down. It's complete. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. 3rd and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here. Gets it out fast. They were banking on the yards after the catch, but that went into the negative column.
And I'm banking on the ball coming out quick. When I'm a defense and understanding 3rd and short, understand they're going to throw the ball really quickly, try to make a play. The defense knew it, broke on the football, made a nice tackle to force a 4th down.
And the offense takes over to dip into its bag of ball plays. He wants to start this drive with a pass. He's got an open man. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the 1st down. The Titans want to move quickly.
And after that long completion for the 1st down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line? What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Wants to go up top. Got his man in the middle. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down. To the air, it's Beebe. Grabs it in the middle. Oh, he's got some space. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Titans have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Got his man on the right. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Wants to throw again. Pocket breaking down. And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
Well, you just sort of felt like this defense had to do something to get this quarterback out of a rhythm, right? He's been picking them apart all drive long, and finally they come up with a sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. A return there would have just been icing on the cake. They'll just have to settle for the cake at the 23.
And you don't see this very often. The big defensive linemen, you see these guys rush the quarterback most of the time. But how confusing is it, Palmer, when it looks like they're rushing, they drop in coverage and make the big interception?
Well, I don't think that quarterback thought he could even make the play. How about the eye-hand coordination and his ability to snatch the football out of the air? I mean, that was crazy athleticism, well-deserved. That's going to make the highlight reel for sure.
Pulls it in. It's Grimes. Oh, what a cut! Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. Motion from the back. Back to throw, it's Durant. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Kennesaw State will have to punt this one away. Nice job to make the fair catch at the 16. Make sure that ball didn't bounce into the coffin corner. They'll get this drive going from the 17. The give to the running back from the shotgun. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Second down, he'll throw it. Sets up the screen. Nice move to keep running. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Here's a heat. He's going to be a little bit short of that first down marker, and this defense did a tremendous job not to lose contain on the scramble. No return coming here. Fair catch is signaled for and made just shy of the 30. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second. So first down here as they go back to work. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Nifty little juke, and he's out to the 37 before he stopped. They can really be aggressive after that last play at 2nd and 3. He leaves it with his back. Nice move to pick up yardage. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Grabbed in the middle, it's Ward. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. So now it's 2nd and long. Looking for a man, it's Durant. Slings it downfield. Grabbed over the middle, it's Ward. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Owls!
And tight ends do so much for your offense. They block like crazy. You pull them, you use them all over the place. And when you got a guy that can do this, it's just the cherry on top of the sundae, making big plays, going half the field plus to get the big touchdown.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, here's a quick update on a top 15 clash today. Ole Miss has the lead right now, but they haven't been able to separate themselves just yet there in the Grove. They're up by 4 over Ohio State. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere.
Man, this defense is dominating all game long. They have been making this quarterback's life so difficult with their pass rush. They bring him down there for the sack. They're not giving anything up. They're leading this game by a lot. We're only in the second quarter, and this ain't going to change unless this offense can find a rhythm.
The Titans with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Quick strike complete. And they pick up just a few on that completion. We make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. The Titans will line up to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Guys, we'll get another look at this Kennesaw State offense. They've already put a couple of scores up, and they look to add to it on this drive. Catch in the middle, it's Ward. They stop him at the 42, but they're on a roll with a pick up a 15 and a first down. Quick release on the RPO. Breaks into the open. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. To the air, it's Durant. Throws for the tight end. Catch in the middle, it's Ward. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Kennesaw State. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
All you can say is how impressive has this team been at home today in all 3 facets of the game. Their defense has been outstanding. We've seen some plays in special teams, and the offense continues to deliver, showing off all of the playmakers and all of the versatility they have on that side of the football. This could not be better here in the first half for the home team.
And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. On the move from inside his 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Offense making its way onto the field to start the drive. They'll give it to the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Wants to fire on second down. Got his man quickly. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Kick is in the air. Signals for the fair catch and looks it in at the 40. Guys, we're about to see this Kennesaw State offense go back to work. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
That is exactly what this defense needed. They have not had a great first half, given up a bunch of touchdowns, but this might get them started. This might get the energy going and maybe rattle the quarterback a little bit with that sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Got him downfield. And he was off to the races. Finally tripped up at the 36.
Well, this defense is being challenged, and this secondary in particular. And I know a DB made the tackle there, but we're only in the 2nd quarter, and already this quarterback has over 200 yards passing.
The give to the tailback.
You know what? Everybody gets energized on the whole football team when you got running backs that fight for extra yards and breaks tackles. It's awesome to watch. Everybody literally gets a little jolt of
turning it on. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. This Kennesaw State offense is on the move. Power football with the run. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They're going to test that run defense to the right here. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. He'll keep it on the sneak.
And, David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
Safe completion on the screen. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Firing to the right, complete. You don't give a hoot. Kennesaw State does. Touchdown, Owls. A great catch and run for 6.
And this crowd was already jacked up. They were already excited. They were already making a difference in this football game, and the offense continues to pile on and give them something to cheer about. 27-0 here in the first half. This has been all home team.
And the extra point makes it 28-0. A 69-yard touchdown drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Looking left. Got a man. It's Smallwood. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down.
At the 37. And first down for the offense.
Looking to throw, it's Beebe. Not able to hook up there, incomplete. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to pass. Oh, they're after him. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Tackle is made at the 38. Let's see just how daring they'll be on 4th down. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. They boot it away. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Looking to throw on first down. Showing the arm strength to the left. Makes the grab inside the 30. Touchdown, Owls! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And with that score, this thing is getting ugly. This offense has had their way, and not only have they had their way, now they finish the half like you're supposed to, scoring the football, building on their lead. This defense is going to have to go into half and find some answers.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. So see quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone.
35, Royals, 0.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. To the air, it's Beebe. Finds the tight end. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. Firing deep. Brings it in down the left side. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got to be able to score points on this drive.
Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. And just not enough field to hold that one. It's incomplete. And it's third down, but they're going to go ahead and try the field goal and try to get points before the break. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. Let's not say they cut into the deficit with that field goal. Maybe just, I don't know, tweaked a little bit of it away with their fingernail. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. They make the stop on the return, and that is priority 1. You don't want some big return to give up a cheap touchdown on the final play of the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, 2 quarters down, and I've got to say this has been a fun watch so far in Kennesaw. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by giving props to this superstar tight end. He's been almost, you know what, check that. He has been unguardable with that unusual blend of speed, size, hands, and route running. He is a pick-your-poison kind of player. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Fifth Third Bank Stadium.
Kennesaw State ready to kick it off to start things here in the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. Back to throw, it's Beebe. Rushes on him. Stands in and takes the hit. Holds it in on the left. And I wasn't sure they were going to be able to catch him. They finally did, but they gave up a huge play. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They just dialed up one big play. Let's see if they've got another one on 1st and 10 from the 35. From the shotgun, they'll run it. He had to fight for a couple down to the 33. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They'll run play action. Bring in the heat. And the quarterback is sacked. There are penalty flags down, but this might be doubly bad for the offense. I think the penalty might be on them. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. They've got the screen set up. Not going to get there. Not going to get close as he's brought down at the 30. It's 4th down. And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. He slides that just inside the right upright.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Guys, we'll get another look at this Kennesaw State offense. A strike downfield. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. The give to the back. There he goes. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32. Kennesaw State coming out with another 1st down. Looking to throw, it's Durant. With the catch, it's Grimes.
Now, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times, those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times, good things happen.
They're in the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 20. right back to the well. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Now the play fake, using his feet to buy time. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up. Kennesaw State has a chance now on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line. They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3. They'll try to pass it in on 3rd and goal. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And the offense, man, he couldn't find anybody open. Like, somebody's got to create some separation, or what do? How about I throw a jump ball to one of my big receivers out wide that can go up and dunk on somebody's head and catch the football? Maybe find my big playmakers and try to force them the ball down here in the red zone.
And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. Smashes it between the uprights. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll move the tight end. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Gets it out quickly. They make the stop, but man, this senior took one right in the mustache as he fired the completion. Trying play action. Throwing right. The short hands, it's Hall. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37. Looking downfield, it's Beebe. Got his man downfield. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. From the gun, the running back has it. Spins away from the defender. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. Good work up front to get that 1st down on the ground, and now they'll go back to work. To the air on 1st down. Dumps it off in the flats. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Under fire. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
This has been a rough night for this offensive line. Man, they have not protected their quarterback. Everything starts with the big guys up front. That's their 5th sack given up of the game.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Throws toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. And the Titans decide to punt it away. We've seen a lot of the punt team 6th time tonight. And the return man couldn't get to it to make the catch, and the ball will bounce out of bounds. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. He tries to take the top off. Reels it in down the left side. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking for a man. It's Durant. Fires to the middle. Right through his hands. You just have to make that catch, and it'll be 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Trying to burn this defensive back. It's caught. And what a job to get the foot down and make it a huge gain along the sidelines. This Kennesaw State offense is on the move. Looking to throw on first down. Under fire. Trying to make magic with his feet.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Stop is made almost immediately. Give him 1 to the 23. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Fires on the move. Snagged in the middle. It's Ward. Touchdown, Kennesaw State. Made the grab and took it on in for the score. That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in week 3.
That's a nice job by this offense. Nice job putting a drive together late. This might seal this football game. And nice response. It's nice to be home, isn't it? Come back to the home crowd after you've lost a couple games. Get some mojo going back in your way.
And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Mountain West. Nevada is in front. They've responded well to all the off-the-field chatter this week, but they still have to finish the job, and that is no sure thing right now. They're up by 4 over New Mexico.
Dropping back, it's Bailey.
Any change of momentum, any notable highlights from Mountain West country, we'll let you know, fellas.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Handoff from the gun. He's stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete to the right. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. The Titans come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Back to pass on 2nd down. Got out of trouble and throws. Got his man. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. The Titans come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short.
Well, we've seen this a couple times on this drive now, but having a lot of success with the quarterback sneak, and there's something going on up front right now, whether it's just the offensive line getting a better push or he's finding the crease to the right side of the center or to the left side. Whatever he's doing, it's working. The defense has not been able to stop him when they just ride the center and the QB sneaks.
Running into the open space. Turning it on. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense.
You could tell he saw that grass open up, and he was not handing that football off. He was taking it himself. His eyes got enormous, chewed up the big play. Nice big chunk play for this offense.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Looking to pass, it's Bailey. They'll run the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. And the Titans come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. And they'll run the field goal unit back out there. This kicker has already banged a couple through. It's good. Easy call for the refs. I wouldn't say they cut into the deficit. They sort of microscopically edged off the deficit. Still a mountain to climb. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Pulled and finds his man on the left. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Finds his man. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
3rd down coming up after the completion. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. Punt is on its way. Hand goes into the air for the fair catch, and the catch is made around the 40. Offense at an empty set. Looking downfield, it's Bailey. Here's the pressure. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
You've got to love what you're seeing if you're the head coach of this team, because your defense is simply not resting on their laurels, and they're playing until there's zeros on the clock. They've got a massive lead. We're late in the 4th quarter, and they're still getting sacks.
The Titans now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Going to sling it on 2nd down. Caught in the backfield, it's Cousins. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. Now trying to keep this drive alive on 3rd and long from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down. The Titans will bring the punt team onto the field.
In punt formation to kick it away.
Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. They'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. We've reached a 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. The big pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and 1. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32. With a 1st down, they'll snap it from the 32. Quick completion to the right. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. And now on 2nd down for this offense. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He was running through tackles and picked up the 1st down and finally got knocked down. This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out, they take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between the eyes.
And they just look good in every phase of the game. If I'm on the coaching staff, I don't know what you could ask for your guys to do better. I think the challenge now for this team is going out next week and trying to play with the same type of intensity and the same level of execution.
Well, Jesse, it's easy to look good on the field when you look that good in your unit. Like when you look that good coming off the bus. Those dudes are good. This is a great team, and they proved it. Just domination from start to finish.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.